What's up, YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. Today we continue the Gauntlet Series for the Skullcandy Method 360 ANC Earbuds. And their opponent on this one, as we slide them to the side here, will be the OnePlus Buds 3 Pro. I don't know why I want to call them open. The OnePlus Buds 3 Pro earbuds. So again, should be another banger of a head-to-head on these. If you want to see price specs and app breakdown for either of these earbuds, I'll leave links in the description below to my unboxing videos for each of these. And if you're interested in picking up one or both, I'll also leave links to where you can pick these up. All right, let's go ahead and take a quick look at one of each of these. I'm still tripping off myself. I don't know why I called these OnePlus or OnePlus Opens, but as you can see, the Buds Pro 3 is just a little bit longer. They got more of a conventional stem style form factor, or not form factor, but design. I do like the gloss matte combination on these guys. Very sleek, and it's not that brilliant gloss, like, you know what I mean. It's that smoke black gloss there. So, but still very nice looking. Very comfortable. And we flip over as I drop them. The Method 360 ANCs got that, I'm always going to say it. They got that footprint from the Quiet Comforts and everything. But they look good. They feel good. I like the Skullcandy logo here on the stem, even though obviously the stem is a lot shorter on the Method 360, although they're overall bigger than the Buds 3 Pros. As you can see, look at the width of these. The Method 360s will definitely protrude out a little bit, whereas the Buds 3 Pro will be a little bit more discreet in your ear, despite the longer stem. All right, I am rocking still the large stock ear tips for both of these. Very comfortable, get a really good seal on them. So what we're going to do now is we're going to go ahead and go through our comparison testing with the mics and ANC, and then we're going to come back for that sound test. Stay strapped in. This is a mic test with the Skullcandy Method 360 ANC earbuds in a quiet location. This is a mic test with the Skullcandy Method 360 ANC earbuds in a quiet location. This is a mic test with the Skullcandy Method 360 ANC earbuds in a crowded location. This is a mic test with the Skullcandy Method 360 ANC earbuds in a crowded location. This is a mic test with the OnePlus Buds Pro 3 earbuds in a quiet location. This is a mic test with the OnePlus Buds Pro 3 earbuds in a quiet location. This is a mic test with the OnePlus Buds Pro 3 earbuds in a crowded location. This is a mic test with the OnePlus Buds Pro 3 earbuds in a crowded location. All right, we are out for a noise canceling test for the Skullcandy Method 360 ANC earbuds. Right now I am currently in stay away mode or transparency mode. We are outside. We got some traffic going back and forth. I'm gonna move the camera, don't mind me. And coming back and forth, we got a little light wind. I don't know if the mic's picking that up, but so what we're gonna do now, excuse me, what we're gonna do now is we're gonna go ahead and put these guys in noise canceling mode. All right, we got ANC turned on and it is at the highest level. And just the traffic that was going by behind me really died down. Now, is it blocking out everything? No, but it did get all very, very quiet, I have to admit. You can hear slight rubber on the road behind me, but not like it was in with the transparency on, rather, noise parency. Listen at me. So doing a really good job. And just to let you know, I did went to the larger ear tip, and also there is no audio being played right now. No audio books, no music, nothing. This is strictly the strength of the ANC technology within these earbuds, and they're doing a wonderful job, So again, could barely hear those cars behind me. I keep going like this because I feel like someone's gonna come up behind me, though I got the camera right here and I can see them if they do, just for as a habit. Anyway, if I had to rate these between 1 being absolute trash and 2 being 10 rather, being the best ever, I would give these an 8 solid with no question whatsoever. The noise canceling on here is doing that good. Are they at Sony and Bose level? No, but I think they're fare just fine right here at the 8. And yeah, they're doing a wonderful job for me. Again, now I got a little light breeze. I can feel it on my skin, but I cannot hear it through the mics in the earbuds. Even if I face the way the wind is blowing, I cannot hear it. So the noise canceling is doing a wonderful job. All right, so this has been the ANC test for the Skullcandy Method 360 ANC earbuds. All right, we are out in my backyard. We got the OnePlus Buds Pro 3s in, and we are going to do an ANC test. Let me paint the picture for you. All right, I have traffic going on in the street behind the house here. You can hear the turnpike bridge. We got traffic across there. We got wind noise. We also have my central air unit just kicked on at the right time. Not to mention, we may have some planes flying overhead as well. So we got a pretty good test bed here. So what we're going to do now, we're currently in transparency mode. So I can hear all of this stuff with no problem. So what we're going to do now is we're going to go ahead and long press on the right earbud, put these guys in transparent or noise canceling mode, and we're going to see how they do. Here we go. All right, noise canceling has been turned on, and I have to admit, they're doing a really, really good job. I cannot hear the traffic on the street behind me, behind the house rather. I could barely hear the turnpike bridge traffic with all that rubber running across there. It gets really loud, especially it's like in an echo chamber almost. So I could barely hear that, which is awesome. And my central air unit, I know these guys can hear it on this mic. I can barely hear that. And that is considering great since I'm sitting this close to it. All right. And again, the wind noise that I was hearing through the mics has gone away. Again, it's picking up yet once again, so we're going to get another shot at it, and it has disappeared completely. So although I can feel the wind on me, I cannot hear it. So these are doing a fantastic job. So again, if I had to rate these on a scale of excuse me, 0 being or excuse me, 1 being absolute worst out, 10 being the very, very best, I'm gonna give these guys about I'll give them a solid 7.5. Yeah, I'll give them about 7.5, and I could be comfortable about that. Reason being, well, you know what? Yeah, 7.5 works. So doing very, very good job of noise canceling. Now, just to let you know, I want to make sure I put this out there. I am not listening to any audio. And I did smooth up and use the larger ear tips on these earbuds so I can get a better seal and everything. So just to, wanted to let you know that. I should have said that earlier before I gave you my rating. But that's the reason, that's what it's based on. So again, very good job with these earbuds as far as noise canceling goes. And this has been the ANC test for the OnePlus Buds Pro 3. All right, we are back in for the sound test. We're going to start off with the Method 360s. All right, we are in the app. Just want to show you my EQ settings here. Let me slide it up a little more. That's my EQ setting for them. Very comfortable there. Let me see. We don't have any real special features for these guys, so we just want to jump right into our music here. Actually, let's check our volume. All right, we're there. All right, let's get over to our first song. We're going to pop these guys in. We'll go ahead and switch cameras as well. All right, we are there. Let's get our picture-in-picture cut in. There we go. So now we got the Method 360s in. Let's go ahead and just make sure we are in. We got their noise canceling turned on. All right. All right, now ANC is turned on here. All right, so let's go ahead and jump into our first song. Here we go. Now, the song is called Feeling Good by Dominique Fields and May. I think that's how you pronounce it. My bad if I'm wrong. But go ahead and join in if you're, just so you can hear what I'm hearing and understand, and just follow along with me on this one and understand what I mean by certain things I say during the song. That way you'll understand what I'm talking about. All right? If not, sit back and enjoy. It's still fun. Here we go. Let me back up. Okay. Starting off, nice volume. Getting the nuances. This is what nuances, the breathing, the exhale. Nice sound stage with the background vocalist sounding just as clear. Again, the enunciation. Pay attention to them T's, the P's, the B's, how they pop. Again, the exhale at the end of the verse. Very clear. And I'm thoroughly enjoying it. Very clean. I like the sound stage on this, and the background vocalist as well. Very clear. And now the harmonizing sounds really nice. Very, very nicely done there on these. So let's go ahead. We're going to pop these out. And we're going to get the Buds 3 Pros out. Let's quickly switch over so you guys can see what we're doing here. All right, we got the Buds 3 out. Okay, so let's go ahead and make sure these guys are paired up. Just got that update from my Z Fold 6, and I'm still getting used to the navigation on these. I'm glad I got the update, but man, sometimes I tell you. All right, let's go ahead and get into where's it at? There we go. Hey, Melody. All right, so now we are in that. Oh, there's an update. All right, let's go ahead and run this update quick, and then we'll finish we'll jump into the sound test. Stay strapped in. All right, we are back in. The update has been completed, so we are in the app, as you can see. Right now, noise, all that stuff is off because I do not have the earbuds in. But let me go ahead and put those guys in real quick so we can dive into all the other stuff. All right, got the earbuds in. We're going to put them in transparency so that way I'm not yelling. All right, and now we can go ahead and take a look at what we got real quick. Now I'm using my my Soundmaster EQ. Right now I'm using my sound here, which is that there. Okay, I got bass wave turned up to 2 because I think I get a more cleaner sound of bass at that level. I'm not going through all the presets here. All right, so that's what I wanted to show you guys. Also, I am, you know what? Do I want to do spatial audio? Sure. We'll do spatial audio, but we won't leave it fixed. That way because we're not going anywhere. All right, so let's go ahead and make sure we are at our optimal listening level. Now, granted, the 360 does not have fixed, spatial sound. So I know there's going to be people in the chat, in the comments, is going to say, well, why'd you turn this on? Since they don't have it, or if I left it off and somehow they didn't come out the way they wanted, they say, well, you should have had spatial. It's a win or lose thing on that. You know what? I'm gonna keep it as close as possible. I'm gonna go ahead and just turn it off. All right, so we've got spatial audio turned off. We'll hear about that later, I'm sure. All right, let's go ahead and get these guys in. All right. All right, let's go ahead and get our camera flipped over. All right, so we got them in. Let's go ahead and get our picture-in-picture popped up. All right, so now noise canceling has been turned on. I don't know if you guys can see that here. There it is. All right, so here we go. Let's go ahead and get into our first song. All right, check our volume level. All right, right where I like it, right at the orange line. Here we go. First song. All right. All right, I like the clarity. I like the volume. Okay, now we got the background vocalist coming in. Nice wide sound stage. Okay, I like that. And they're very clear as well. Again, paying attention to the nuance. Now, this is Feeling Good by Dominique Fels Ami. If you wanted to join me on this one. Again, just the nuance of her song, her exhales, her inhales. Very clear. And again, the background vocalists sound crystal clear. Absolutely love it. All right, here we go. They're harmonizing now. Sounds so clean. Oh, that's a really, really good sound there. I love the clarity. Again, the nuance too, her enunciation of like the B's, the P's and T's in words. She's really enunciating them. Sounds really clean. Again, just really, really good sound. I like the fact that it picked up all that detail and stuff. All right, so let's go ahead. We will pop these out. We're going to go with the, I think I hit the volume. All right, we're going to go ahead with, let me get us back over. We're going to go with the Method 360 ANCs. Let's get into their app. All right. Okay, so we're in their app now. Just want to quickly show my custom EQ for them. There it is. In hearing mode right now, ANC's already on. So let's go ahead and just pop these guys in. All right, got the chime. Okay, we got our cut. All right, here we go. We're going to go ahead and jump in. Again, these don't have like spatial audio or anything like that, so we ain't got to worry about having to go in and make any changes there. Okay, so let's go ahead and jump in. All right, quick test just to make sure audio's coming to the headphones. Here we go. First song. All right, nice and clear. I like the volume level. Okay. Very clear. Nice, clean background vocalist as well. Very clear. Again, the nuance with her breathing, her enunciation, and just the detail is nice. And I like how clear the background vocalists are as well. Soundstage is nice. Not as wide as the OnePlus earbuds, but it's decent. Now, the harmonizing is very clear as well. All right, I went over a little bit. But again, very clean, very clear on that one. This is going to be an interesting battle. All right, let's go ahead and get over to our second song. All right, we are back in for our second song, which is our bass song, E40, featuring T-Pain and Candy Girl. It's called You and That. Let's go ahead and flip our cameras over here. All right. Okay, we're going to get our picture-in-picture pop-up. There we go. All right, we got the OnePlus Buds 3 Pros in. Let's do this. Ooh, right off the rip, the bass. Oh, it's rattling the ear canal with the reverb. Okay. All right, now we got the T-Pain in. The auto-tune smoothed out. But man, that bass is crunching. Oh, it punches. The reverb again, rattling the ear canal. I love that. Yes. All right, let's go ahead and let's crank this up a little bit. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo. Oh, okay. Now, mind you, these guys have a wide soundstage too, in my opinion. And man, for the bass to hit like it's hitting and the reverb to do what it's doing, fantastic. All right. Okay. He ain't turned down nothing but his collar, and I understand, but well, man, that bass was just cranking on these. All right, let's go ahead and not and get these switched over. Not to mention, not to leave out the vocals. Lyrics were very clean and clear for both T-Pain and E40. And again, like I said, the auto-tune, the high pitchy, tinny sound you normally get with auto-tune songs, in my opinion, was smoothed out, so it made it more enjoyable for me to listen to. All right, so let's go ahead. We're gonna pop in the Method 360 ANCs. Little quick test, make sure audio's coming through these. All right. Okay, we backed it up. Here we go. Nice bass. Let me make sure. Oh, yeah, we at the level. All right. Just wanted to check. Bass is hitting. That fadeaway is clean. The bass doesn't sound distorted. I love the punch. Again, the auto-tune is smoothed out on this one. E40 is coming through nice and clear. Or not E40, but T-Pain right now. It's coming through nice and clear. Very nice. Let's go ahead and jack this up a little bit. Okay. Bass is hitting. Very clean. All right, let's go ahead back down. All right. E40's in. Nice and clear. Oh, yeah. Very, very clean. All right, I done went over a little bit longer, but again, the vocals nice and clean and clear. That bass definitely is punching. Reverb was nice and, ripples in the pond, like I always say. That's how you want your reverb to be, just to feel like. All right, and both of these accomplished that in this one. Let's go ahead and get into our third song. All right, we're back in for our final song. We've got Average by Infectious Mushrooms, and the album is called Converting Vegetarians. I'm all over the map. There's a lot to take. There's a lot to say for them. All right, let's go ahead and get into this song. We'll get our picture-in-picture cut in. There we go. All right, here we go. Final song. The OnePlus Buds 3 Pros are in. Let's go. All right, again, nice, crisp, clear. Nice little rumble there. With this keyboard, the synthesizer. It just sounds really sharp. Very crisp. All right, now we got the rattling instruments in my right ear, moving around, not staying stationary. Definitely, okay, we got the bass, but definitely showing off the width of the sound stage. We got the bass in now. Ooh, that bass went low. Okay, very clean there. We got the clanging instrument in my left ear this time, and that's doing the same as the right, moving around, not staying stationary, doing a great job. Ooh. Very clean. Oh, sounds nice. Okay. Again, you got the just the clarity. I didn't got lost in it. Uh, just the clarity itself sounds so nice. Then you got the nice wide sound stage. The spacing is great. I know I don't want way over. I done got so into the song. I'm sorry. Uh, it sounds really clean. Nice spacing with the instruments. Just really really good. Really a good listen. And that bass, nice drop on it. Got low where it needed to. Just sound really good. All right, let's go ahead. Pop these out. All right. We're gonna jump back into the Method 360 ANCs. All right, real quick test. All right, we're gonna back it up. All right, here we go. The Method 360 ANCs, their final song. Let's do it. Oh, very clean. And the guy again picked up that nice little rumble. The echoing again just goes on forever. I love the crispness of these. Very nice. Yes. All right, now we got the rattling instruments. Uh, Again, moving around. Not staying stationary. Again, showing off the sound stage, the width. Okay, now we got the bass coming in. Very clean. Let me see that drop. It it gets there, but it doesn't drop as low as I like. And now we got the clanging instrument in their left ear doing the same as the right. Again, not giving me that clang that I want. But sounds good. Now we got the wave sound coming in. Very clean. I like. I just wish that bass had a little more of a drop to it, a little bit more of a boom, 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 boom. That right there should hit hard, in my opinion. All right, I went over. I'm just got so engrossed in how I wish the bass was, and then all right, again, very good sound. I love the crispness of the synthesizer on that. The rattling and the clanging instruments were very crisp as well. I just wish the bass had a little more hit to it, in my opinion. All right, when it came to the drop, hits hard, but when it comes to that drop to the low end, I really wish it had a little bit more in it. All right, again, this is set to my volumes, my preferred volume. I don't listen to these at 100 at max volume, so I'm quite sure if you go up that high, you may or may not get a different result. From my testing, even turning it up, it really just makes it louder, but it doesn't do anything as far as uh, improving the bass or anything like that. All right, enough of that. Let's get this all cleaned up. We'll come back. We'll talk about these two, break them down segment by segment, and see who comes out the winner. Stay strapped in. All right, we are back in, and man, this was a really, really good head-to-head. In my opinion, I really enjoyed this one, especially when it came to just the sound test and everything. It was just exquisite. All right, let's go ahead and break these down quick. We're gonna start off category by category and see who gets the point and who doesn't. All right, so start off with the price. Price point goes to the Method 360 ANCs. They are the cheaper of the two. Going into our mic test, I'm going to give this one's kind of tough, all right, because and I'm gonna explain why. The Method 360 ANCs do block out a lot of background ambient sound when you're talking. However, despite the fact that the Buds Plus Buds 3 Pro doesn't do that, the mics are clearer. Even if I'm talking to you with these on, despite the fact that I got background noise, anything like that going on, you can still hear me crystal clear on that aspect. Where it's not as there's not as crystal clear on the Method 360s, but they do again knock out a lot of the ambient noise in the background. So I'm gonna give them both points because they both kind of score in different ways. So I'll give them both a point on that one. Noise canceling, I will give that point to the Method 360 ANCs. I think their noise canceling is a little bit better than the Buds 3 Pro, but they still have a really good noise canceling. But like I said, they just come out on top in that one. All right, so now if we break down to sound, after the sound test, I'm going to put it to you this way. Let's start off. The OnePlus are louder, have more volume than the Buds, the Method 360 ANCs. All right, their volume is a little louder. Even at my preferred volume level, they're louder. And then when I turn them up, the volume, just see how loud these guys get louder. So as far as volume goes, that goes to the Buds 3 Pro. And let's go ahead and break down all the rest of it, okay? As far as the first song, all a cappella, both of them did a great job. The vocalists sound nice and clear, both lead and background. You got good spacing between them. However, you could definitely tell the difference in sound stage between them, where the OnePlus had a wider sound stage. And remember, this is without spatial audio turned on. I turned that off in the beginning. I know a lot of people were probably going to complain about that in the comments. I know they are. But even with that off, the sound stage was much wider. Was wider. I don't know why I keep just adding that extra. It was wider than the Method 360 ANCs. All right, but they both did a really good job of giving me clarity when it came to the vocalists and the detail, the nuance too, as far as enunciation and everything. They both did a great job there. All right, moving on to our second song, or what I consider my bass test song. Both of them gave me that really good thump and knock. The reverb, the fadeaway was nice, but man, it really punched on the OnePlus. That punch, and then the reverb literally tickled my ear canal. That's what I look for. And when it comes to that reverb, I mean, the closest to doing that, it was just sound really good. The Method 360s had that punch too. The reverb was definitely there. It just came up, and it sounded good. It was clean, no distortion at all. And I can say the same thing for the OnePlus. No distortion in the bass, even when I turned it up. Because this is the song I actually jacked up the volume on. Because I wanted to see if the bass would be distorted at higher volume levels, but they didn't, and I was very happy to see that. And they both kept clean thumping bass, clean reverberation. It was just very nicely done on that end as well. And not to mention T-Pain, E40, their lyrics were very clear. The auto-tune was smoothed out on both of them, so it didn't become irritating to listen to. Absolutely enjoyed that. All right, and now going into our final song, all a cappella, or all instrumental rather. You got very crisp synthesizer. I mean, just razor sharp when it came to just the keys on that. Both of them did a wonderful job there on that. The echoing was fantastic. Just felt like it was going on for a while, forever. You can hear that detail. They even caught the little bass nugget at the beginning, and it rumbled through. Oh, it was so good to catch that, because some headphones or earbuds don't catch that slight detail, but most of them. But these two did, and I thoroughly enjoyed it. All right, and then moving on over to, excuse me, just the other instruments. The rattling instrument in the right ear, the clanging instrument in the left ear. Again, the showing off the width of the soundstage was more to the benefit of the OnePlus Buds 3 Pro, because their soundstage was naturally wider than the Method 360 ANCs. but they both did a real great job of giving you that crisp sound on both of those, and you know, replicating, that's the word I'm looking for, the movement of those instruments, because they weren't staying still. They were, you know, close to the mic, away from the mic, in front of the mic, behind the mic, real close to it, away both side of it. They did a fantastic job of giving you that detail. And then of course when the bass hit, nice and clean, not distorted. But I think the bass drop was deeper on the OnePlus than it was on the Method 360s, although they did a really good job of giving you that bass. And it was just, yeah, I like that drop. And when you get that, you get that little drop in, it sounds even better. But I have to give them a little bit of credit on that. They both did a great job, though. All right, so with all that wrapped in and everything, and we put that all up in a ball and all that, which one will be my winner in this one? I'm going to have to go with the OnePlus on this one. I think their bass is a little bit more powerful. I think their volume, not the sound, the volume is louder. These things get louder. Both of them did a really good job as far as clarity when it came to the vocalists and everything. So that's not a thing. But when you got that bass and it hits and you got that reverb that tickles the ear canal, it's a little bit more powerful bass. I have to go with these guys. They got a decent noise canceling. Mics are good. As far as calls, I'll have to give the winner on this one, the OnePlus Buds 3 Pro. I know a lot of people will say, well, yeah, but these are more expensive. Of course, they're going to be better. Not necessarily. Not necessarily. I mean, these are my winners, but I'm not sleeping on these Method 360 ANCs, man. These guys are really, really good, and I really enjoy listening to these guys. But I just put them up against the OnePlus. You can just tell the difference in these guys. And again, I did not have spatial audio turned on for the OnePlus in this one, and I didn't even have that bass wave turned all the way up. So, and they still got the win. So, just think of the things I could have done and gave them even more of an edge. And they still came out on one. Hell, I didn't even have. They have LHDC, I believe that's what it's called, or LDHC, I guess, whatever that codec is. They have that. They can use that, and I didn't even use that on here, and they still came out on top. So they did a really good job. I mean, I'm not taking anything away from the Method 360 ANCs, but despite all the stuff I took away, the OnePlus Buds 3 still came on, Pro rather, still came out on top. I can't complain about it. They are a really good pair of earbuds, and I highly recommend you guys get either one of these. So this is going to wrap up. I'm done with the rant. This is going to wrap up the episode 3 of the Gauntlet Series for the Skullcandy Method 360 ANC earbuds. These guys did a fantastic job. They just fell a little short to the pros, but definitely not a pair to turn your nose up to, because they did a wonderful job here. All right, if you like what you see, go and hit the like button. If you want to join me as I continue this series, I got other things coming up you definitely want to pay attention to. You want to stay tuned for, go and hit the subscribe button and the notification bell. That way you're notified when videos like this and others drop. And I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.